Hi, loves. Maya is here. I am sensuality coach and I help people to live their most empowered, authentic, sexy lives. And today I am continuing the segment about relationship tips. And this video I want to dedicate to subject what to do when there is tension or the conflict, or it seems like you hit in the area of your relationship where there is a lot of um, low vibration or misunderstanding, or something feels off. First and foremost, for long-term relationships, it is okay to have ups and downs. As anything else in life, there's always a balance of polarity and duality, and that is okay. So first and foremost, it's important to be in a headspace where you do not panic and you understand that when you hit in that challenging spot in your relationship dynamic, it doesn't mean that something's wrong. It's not necessarily an invitation for a huge red flag or alarm. That it is just a natural process of, maybe it's a transformation of your relationship where particular roles that you were playing doesn't work anymore. Maybe one of you going through some kind of change or grief or transition, and you might not even fully understand what you're going through, and it blocks, right, how much are you available to the connection. Or it can be just simply, in the stars for you to hit this low point where both of you can learn something about your bond, about your relationship, about yourself. Or maybe it's also a preparation to something new, which will be much bigger and much expensive. The law of energy is that contraction is necessary and needed for a true, grounded, powerful expansion, right? Because if we not prepared for expansion, that expansion can actually lead to some kind of sort of collapse. And that is much more worse and more uncomfortable than any kind of, temporary tension. So the first thing, right, is to remember that it is okay to have those moments of low, contraction, or discomfort, right? And step number two is start being first and foremost honest with yourself and ask yourself this brilliant question: what do I need? Right? What is this discomfort, or what is this situation where I feel like I'm hitting the wall, right? Or my partner is not available and I don't understand what's going on, right? Zooming out, not trying to dissect the situation, but actually zoom out and ask a question: what do I need? Right? And checked in and connect with yourself first and foremost, because as humans, right, as electromagnetic beings, our brain works only with knowledge that the brain has. And usually those things, it's not coming from our past experiences, right? So the guidance that we can receive from intuition, right, that feeling of like, I'm feeling something's off, right, and then you paying attention to what is that something, or during your meditation, or during any other practice that you do when your energy and your attention doesn't go to your logical brain, where you allow other senses to be present and speak to you and send you the information, right? So do not fear to put your attention on you and actually fully dropped into what is my experience, right? Aside of our mutual experience, aside of my partner, what is actually present for me? And get the knowledge, get a better understanding, right? And the third step is, of course, bring this honestly with more grounded knowledge, right, where your nervous system is regulated, to your partner and discuss, hey, it seems like this is what's present for me. How do you feel about it? Right? And you can have a conversation, right? For some people, can be more challenging. But what is very important in those moments is to have something that would break the routine that is exist in your dynamic. And sometimes, at least in my experience, I'm very fortunate that I feel like in my connection, when we hit those moments, there's always upcoming event or upcoming trip or upcoming festival or something's coming where we will be taking out of our typical routine, right? Everyday routine and into different environment. And that usually helps to reset, right? If you don't have something like this in your relationship, would be really great to plan something where you're not going to be in your same environment, right? Maybe visiting your friends in a different state, or just going to unplanned again event, festival, right? There's so many things happening, and not putting necessarily attention on like we need to go on vacation, right? Because that might feel actually like, ooh, I don't even know if I want to do that. Depends on energy and what it is that you're dealing with, right? But creating the opportunity for both of you to get out of the typical home environment to another environment for a couple of days can be very refreshing and a very organic way to kind of, right, reflect, because you'll be away from the typical environment. Plus, being in a different environment will also inspire you to take on slightly different roles, because you most likely would be required to, right, show up in a different way, maybe in a more social way, or maybe in a partnership that comes not from a, I don't know, household type of roles, right, but from a more of friendship or more spiritual, or actually where you stepped in more into your queen or king archetype. Whatever is that, right? That's an opportunity to organically to break whatever pattern you being stuck for a while, right? That felt like, oh my God, we're hitting a wall, right? And of course, the fourth part, right? If nothing feels that's working, is an honest conversation and invitation to, hey, let's try something different, right? Let's try something that will make both of us feel more in our pleasure and our body, our nervous system, right? To feel more regulated, where I don't have to wear an armor, right? Or I don't have to feel like you are an opposite of me. And we're going to talk more about this idea that in a relationship, right, we want to avoid the confrontation where there is something or someone, right, in between me and my partner, and I see my partner against me on the other side, right? So that's important also to watch this narrative and this energy and bring it up, right? When we honestly saying, hey, this feels ooh, right? Where we naming that, it creates more softness and actually opportunity to face it and to dissolve it, when we just quietly tolerating it. And it's like the elephant in the room is just getting bigger and bigger. Of course, this is a very big and juicy topic. So if you have a particular question or if you have a particular situation, please feel free to reach out. I work with couples. I offer free consultations to talk about the work that I do. And comment below if you have any other different question related to love, intimacy, relationships. Please suggest what topic would you like me to cover, and I'll see you soon.